Greetings, I'm Solidus Skully, and welcome back to the final time we'll ever see this place again until Kingdom Hearts 2, the Colosseum. Boss time, baby. Welcome to the Ice Titan. One of the only two Hercules-specific bosses we tend to fight in this world. I mean, you might be wondering where the Air and Lava Titan are, but again, we won't be seeing those until, Kingdom Hearts 3. And, well, unlike the Rock Titan, which was kind of pish easy, the Ice Titan is not quite that, easy. It's tough, and, well, I mean, there is a way to beat it, but I literally haven't fought this boss in years, so I am rusty as fuck. And honest to God, I would have put in a better performance, but fuck it, I was tired, I want to move on to other things, and Jesus. Yeah, so be prepared for what is likely going to be the worst fight against this thing ever in the history of the world. The only thing I can really recommend is using fire. I was gonna try and cheese it with Ragnarok, but that doesn't really seem to do much. In terms of strategies against the Ice Titan, you can deflect its icicles by using your, you know, square button to block. Or I think you can possibly hit it back if you're good enough, but I wouldn't test it out. Again, it has its big ice shockwaves, it can throw stuff at you. I will... Jesus Christ. I almost regret showing this, but the shaming of the Solidus Skully and the suckishness. Like, I mean, I will say this is purely my fault more than anything else. So, I don't know. To be honest, I'm even surprised I survived as long enough against this boss as I did. I mean, initially what I was going to do was, and something I was going to do for all the super bosses actually, was that initially what I was going to do is that I was going to record like a failure take to show you like how easily some of these bosses could trip you up. But, when it came around to dealing with the Ice Titan, I was initially going to use this as the failure take, but when I beat it, albeit embarrassingly, I just thought, fuck it. And, yeah, that's the shaming of the Solidus Skully. The biggest problem is, though, is that even when you do try and deflect the icicles back, which is, at least in terms of this run-through, is possibly the most efficient attack I've really found to hurt it, you can't deflect all of them because your window for blocking stuff is very, very short. Either that or you have to be very, very accurate with the amount of icicles that you can deflect back at it per hit. So, I don't know what to say, man, like, it's... Again, like, I mean, I don't know. If there's a better strategy for beating the boss, I haven't found it. And nor do I really give a shit, because this is my most complete run of Kingdom Hearts. It's been recorded for all to see, embarrassing as this is. Yeah, fuck it. This is all you're getting from me, and I will probably never face this thing again. Thus repeating the cycle of being able to not fight the boss good enough-ish thing. Kind of a shame they couldn't include the other two, Titans from the Hercules movie, but I mean, I guess maybe PS2 limitations, but I mean, like, you know, they got the Rock Titan in there, they got the Ice Titan in its huge stature in there as well, so why not? That's my question. I mean, honestly, you could have put that in the giant Hades Cup boss rush, but fuck that, I guess. If there is anything positive to say, though, you do get to fight the Air and, the Lava Titan in Kingdom Hearts 3, so yay there. Though, then again, Kingdom Hearts 3 is also more closely adapting the Hercules story more than any other game in the series. Yeah, and the points where you get the thing to stagger like this is just few and far between, and I guess that's maybe the proper way you're meant to take this boss down, but it's just kind of a bit pish, really. Then again, I'm mainly just saying that because I'm also a bit pish. But again, this is also what I was talking about, like, I guess maybe if you were doing the little spin slash thing, then maybe you could probably get more of them, but yeah, it'll also summon icicles, it'll freeze the area, and stay cool, bird boy. I don't know. But I mean, all the same, and something I was also thinking about, actually, because I mean, the Ice Titan does actually appear again in Birth by Sleep, and I was actually checking the, well, I mean, I was checking the Jiminy's journal, which has entries on character files where you can view the models, and of course get a little bit of background. I wasn't sure if it was Kingdom Hearts 1 or if it was Birth by Sleep that said, like, oh no, it's not the original Ice Titan, it's a copy, a facsimile of the thing, which means, I don't know, darknessy, darkness, darkness, something to do with Xehanort or Heartless, whatever. Again, the main point of this video is that we're finishing off the two optional encounters that you have after you beat the Hades Cup. The first one is against the Ice Titan, the second one of which is, well, considerably better, but relatively speaking, of course, because Jesus Christ, the next super boss has me quaking in my boots. Like, I mean, I legitimately had never beaten that super boss until then, and, well, I mean, I suppose whether or not the Ice Titan counts as a super boss is also up in the air, because, well, I mean, it wasn't the original Kingdom Hearts, and its existence wasn't really kept a secret as far as I know, so, yeah. Well, then again, there were also some bosses that were American or English exclusive, and then Japan eventually got them in the Final Mix compilation as well, so I really don't know what to say about that. I mean, obviously all the content was included as it was meant to be in the HD version of the Final Mix, so I really don't know what to tell you. Some bosses got to be American exclusive, some bosses got to be Japanese. It's all apples and oranges, really. The ice will trip Sora over, and I'm slurring my words like I'm fucking drunk. Even though I'm not actually, but Jesus. I'm not really sure what they could have done to make this boss fight a little bit more dynamic or exciting, really, because, like, I mean, either it would have been a similar case of Rock Titan where it's big in size but piss easy, or if it's like this, it requires, like, a lot of projectiles. Honestly, it's a boss that I actually could have seen being quite, exciting to take on in later Kingdom Hearts games, really. Like, I mean, in Kingdom Hearts 2, you probably could have been pulling off some reaction command kind of stuff, or, I don't know, climbing atop its body using flow motion and dream drop distance, or I don't know, something that would have been at least a little bit more engaging than having to rely on its icicles to be your direct means of attack, or stunning it and having that period where you just go back and forth, yippee-yo, Kaie. Except instead of Kaie, it's Kairi, because of the character. I really have nothing else to say. Either way, we have 12 minutes of this shit to deal with. And again, it's also got that stay cool. I mean, I suppose, like, it's the fact that it's really keeping on the attack is meant to make it something of a challenge, and I mean, it is, but I mean, that's also partially because I'm a dumbass. And I mean, considering other ice-based bosses, I mean, this thing doesn't have shit on Vex, and dear god, Chain of Memories is making me shiver. Which is appropriate, because we're going up against ice-based villains, which are cool as ice. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Or a meteorite. Or a freighter filled with Cybermen. Whatever's your poison. No, Sora, it will not help. Nothing will help. Reduce the tedium against the Ice Titan. Though I will admit, in terms of a boss introduction and, well, basically the little outros that usually happen when you defeat a boss enemy, I will say that the Ice Titan does have one of the more amusing ones. But, you know, that's thankful for small mercies, and again, you'll see what it is at the end, but again, it does kind of make me laugh in that, like, cartoonishly Disney way. I mean, all I can say really is, thank goodness with the damage you take, you also tend to get your MP back, because, fuck, man. This is one hell of a boss fight, and I was pretty low on healing items at this point. Yeah, but I mean, apart from that, I mean, I guess maybe because I was so high leveled, it was basically the war of attrition. Because you otherwise would not be surviving this onslaught if you were much lower leveled. Which, I mean, I suppose you would be at this game, because, I mean, I have seen run-throughs of Kingdom Hearts, even on a first playthrough, that got past the game at around, like, you know, levels 36. So, like, I mean, it is possible, it's just, well, I mean, it just depends on whether or not you're going out of your way to do the extra content like this. I mean, granted, I do remember this being a lot harder on my first playthrough, but at the same time, well, it just depends on how prepared you are to go into a boss fight, because, like, I mean, I had less trouble against fucking Kurt Caesar and the fucking Phantom than I did against this thing, and I beat this thing on my first try, but I mean, it took me multiple goes before I at least had a decent take of either of those two super bosses, so I don't know, I guess it just goes to show that preparation and, well, practice make for all the difference in the world, really, so, Anyway, this thing is almost done, like the dinner that I'm going to eat tonight. because I am hungry. Come on, get your shine on. Stop freezing, Sora. He might not be cool, but your attempts to cryogenically freeze him into the next century will not help. Finally, thank fuckity goodness. Now enjoy the comedy of the Kingdom Hearts. And as the spoils of war, we get the Diamond Dust Keyblade, but we have another encounter coming up soon, and who could this be? No one knows. Oh dearie me, the pants-shitting moment of every Phantom's childhood, the Sephiroth battle, Jesus Christ. This was quite a surprise for a lot of people who played the game for the first time, and well, the final one. Sephiroth is quite possibly the second hardest boss in the game. The next one we're gonna face is even harder than him. The only saving grace you have here against Sephiroth, and the only bit of a legitimately sound device can give you aside from using attacks like Strike Ray that have invincibility frames, is of course to, well, first of all, avoiding his flame pillars, but the second reason of which is basically that he staggers when you hit him, thank fucking goodness. And something I actually didn't learn until recently, is that one of his attacks, Descend Heartless Angel, that is an attack you can actually interrupt, and take full advantage of that, because failure to do so, and Sephiroth will basically reduce you to 1 hit point and no magic, so you basically gotta use a healing item, or an elixir, which I recommend you keep on standby, because Jesus Christ, Sephiroth will not give up. He's a famed, overrated, in some cases, character for a reason. Even though personally in all the other Final Fantasy VII material I see him in, I kind of prefer Sephiroth as a hero. But again, anyway, that's tangents for another day. Yeah, the only thing I can really recommend is keeping your distance. The thing about Sephiroth, though, and why he is such a difficult boss fight, is that he has a vast range of attacks, he's pretty quick on his feet, and again, he can summon his attacks at a pretty quick rate, so, like, I mean, you might see me running into the flame pillars, but that's only because, oh, here it is, Descend Heartless Angel. But yeah, like, I mean, he can summon those attacks pretty quickly, and again, part of the reason why Descend Heartless Angel is as much of a damaging attack as it is because, well, for one thing, the tell of it is a little bit, well, hard of hearing, and that's mainly because of the celebrity they got to voice act him. Yeah, Sephiroth is voiced by Lance Bass for some reason. Why, I have no idea, like, they literally got him to record his lines over the phone. Like, I mean, out of sheer curiosity, I really would have loved to have seen what Lance actually could have done if he had, like, legit lines to record. But, yeah, for the time being, he's basically just like, Descend, Heartless Angel. The planet, it's fading. But again, that's pretty much all we're really given of his lines, so, fuck. Again, he does have his huge fuck-off meteor attack, but, yeah, Strike Raid comes in handy. He does also have those plasma balls that he summons to basically surround you. But again, if you're quick on your feet, then just have at it and smash him. Yeah, I also didn't realize you could attack him in this mode, because he's still normal technically at this point in the game, so yeah, he just has that energy aura surrounding him, so yeah, just attack him. Don't be a pussy. Again, he does have a very meaty health bar, and as you can see, I'm busting out the lion heart for this. Final Fantasy VIII versus Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII wins in my opinion. Fuck you, fight me if you disagree, because, well, I like Final Fantasy VIII, and it's my favorite Keyblade, so go Sora. Take down this monolithic, godlike boss fight and rule the day. Go on. Make sure that you don't descend Heartless Angel, and that, my friends, is Sephiroth defeated. Sora is a legend, dudes. It is a bit of a shame that we didn't get any sort of boss fight banter between Sora and Sephiroth, like maybe him respecting him as a warrior, but Kingdom Hearts 2 does remedy that, and I suppose it does also rob us of the delicious Lance Bass ill-fitting voice for Sephiroth. But yeah, since this is also Cloud's turf, this is basically the precipice of, I suppose Sephiroth being representative of Cloud's darkness, or possibly his Heartless. Yeah, there's no Genova or anything of the sort in here. It's really just a battle of wills, really. Which, I mean, I guess is symbolic in its own way, considering Cloud and Sephiroth's rivalry, so to speak, but this is pretty much going to be their main precipice of a conflict that is still ongoing, because it'll make a return in Kingdom Hearts 2, but as of Kingdom Hearts 3, it isn't resolved, and, well, that's kind of pissing me off. I really want to see a resolution to this, damn it. Hopefully Kingdom Hearts 4 can remedy that, or whatever side game in between that fills in the gaps of Kingdom Hearts story, because I want to see more of this, damn it. But in any case, yeah, this is pretty much the precipice of Cloud's arc, and, well, on that note, I am Solidus Skully, keep it new metal. We're finally done with the Colosseum, and, well, enjoy the fireworks. Catch you dudes and dudettes next time, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Ooh, things are getting tense. Ready, set, go!